Hey, what's up y'all, I'm Charlie. On today's episode I'm going to be showing y'all how to make my delicious oven roasted pork tenderloin. Look at how good that looks. Now it's real simple. We take the pork tenderloin, we clean it, we stuff it with garlic, we season it, then we marinate it for 24 hours. After that, we put it in the oven and we slow bake it until it's nice, tender, and juicy. And voila! Now, it costs to serve about 10 servings, and it is delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all what you'll need to make your oven roasted pork tenderloin. Let's get started with our ingredients. You will need 3 pounds of pork tenderloin. I have 2 here. And you will also need some extra virgin olive oil, Zatarain's Creole mustard, liquid smoke, and for your seasonings you need some salt, Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. You can also use Zatarain's Creole seasoning or Sapin Cajun seasoning, Chef Paul Prudhomme's pork and veal magic. And for your additional seasonings you will need 1 yellow onion, 1 to 2 pods of garlic, and some fresh rosemary. And to bake your pork tenderloin, you will need a 10 by 15 inch roasting pan with the rack inside of it. And lastly, you will need a meat thermometer. And there we have it. Alright, let's get straight to it. We're going to get started by chopping up a half of a yellow onion. Alright, here we have 1 pod of garlic. Now we're going to take each clove of garlic and we're just going to cut it into slices. Now because the cloves of garlic is a little bit bigger than usual, we might only need 1. But if the cloves of garlic are a little bit smaller, you might need the second pod of garlic. That's why I told you to have at least 1 to 2 pods of garlic, alright? And this is how it looks when we're done. Now we sliced about a good 15 cloves of the garlic into these slices here. Alright, here we have some fresh rosemary. Now we're just going to go ahead and remove the leaves off the stem of the rosemary. And if you happen to not have fresh rosemary, you could use the dried rosemary, alright? Alright, now let's get started with our marinade. So in our food processor, we're going to add the entire half of a yellow onion that we chopped right on in there. About 3 slices of our garlic that we sliced. About 1 1/2 teaspoons of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. About 1 teaspoon of Chef Paul Prudhomme's pork and veal magic. About 2 tablespoons of our liquid smoke. This is about 2 tablespoons of our Zatarain's Creole mustard. 2 teaspoons of our fresh rosemary. And for our secret ingredient, I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of sugar. That's just to cut the acid of that Creole mustard. Now we're going to blend this until it's turned into a paste. Okay. That took no more than 1 minute. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and add our pork tenderloin into this strainer. Now we're going to rinse our pork tenderloin off with cold water. Now I like to do this step as a precaution to rinse off any blood or particles. But you don't have to follow this step if you don't want to. Alright, we transferred our pork tenderloin onto this flexible chopping board. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and poke holes into the pork tenderloin, as you see here. We poked about 24 holes into the both of the pork tenderloins all together with both of them. Now we're going to go ahead and take our garlic slices and we're just going to add that, insert that into each hole. I do this exact same thing when it comes to like my roast and stuff. There we go. We still have some of our garlic slices left. That's normal. Alright, we placed our pork tenderloin in this large bowl. Now we're going to add our little marinade that we created. Just going to pour that right in there. I'm going to just take my hands and I'm just going to coat the marinade onto the pork tenderloin. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cover this and we're going to let this marinate overnight. But for you, if you want to marinate it within a short period of time, you can marinate it for about 2 to 3 hours. Alright. Here's the pork tenderloin. I let them sit overnight in the marinade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove these out of here. I'll just set it on here. Go. Alright, now what we're going to do now is we're just going to add a little bit of olive oil on top. We're just going to rub that on too. Just rub it on there. And now we're just going to lightly sprinkle a little salt. Side, just a little bit, and a little bit of Tony Sashay's cool seasoning. Just a little sprinkle, just a little bit, because we already have the seasoning from the marinade. So now we're going to sprinkle the pork and real magic, just a little bit. And the fresh rosemary. Just a little bit. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 325 degrees. Take them, and we're just going to add them into our baking pan and our roasting pan. Here's the other one. There we go. Now we're ready to bake them. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and place this into a preheated 325 degree oven on a bottom rack. And I'm going to just bake it until it's finished, and I'm going to let you know the baking time and temperature once it's done. Alright, let's check on our pork tenderloin. Should be done. Remove it out of the oven. There you go. Now let these bake in a preheated 325 degree oven for about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Let's insert the thermometer and check the temperature. It's about close to 160 degrees. We are done. I'm going to let these cool for about 5 to 10 minutes before serving, and after that I'm going to go ahead and cut them and show you how they look on the inside. Should be wonderful. So excited. Yes, yes, yes.
And there y'all have it, ladies and gentlemen. Oven roasted pork tenderloin. Juicy, well seasoned, full of garlic, and absolutely delicious. Look at that close-up shot. And I'm using an electric knife to cut it, by the way.
My favorite part, yes! Look at that. Y'all, and I tell y'all, this is tender, It's juicy, and all those seasonings penetrated inside of the meat, and you can taste that garlic too. Oh my good. Really, really good. I'm telling y'all, try the recipe. It is on point. Hey y'all, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. I have an official website for all of my recipes, including this wonderful oven roasted pork tenderloin recipe. Go to www.charliethecookandrews.com. I'm also on Facebook and on Instagram under the name Charlie the Cook Andrews. So until next time, take care, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.